Hi, my name is Tom and welcome to On a Student Budget. This is going to be my first impressions video on the Audeo PF012 earphones from the company Phonak. So Phonak is a company that specializes in making hearing aids, and they have done so for a very long time. So they have a very rich history with dealing with things that basically go in your ear. So as when they made this earphone quite a while back, I was very excited in getting my hands on it because for I would assume that a company that has been making hearing aids for a very long time with thousands and thousands and thousands of millions of customers worldwide, they would make an earphone that is very comfortable and very ergonomic to your ear anatomy, and that remains to be very true with these Audeo earphones. So they have a sort of an interesting shape, as you can see here. They are intended to be worn as an over-ear configuration like this, where you loop the cable around your ear. But overall, the housing is quite sleek, quite narrow, and also quite smooth and well-rounded as well. So they definitely do fit very comfortably in my ear, and they also have a shallow seal. So as you can see here, the nozzle is quite short. So these earphones are kind of a pair of earphones where you just pick up and slip into your ear and basically kind of forget about it, and they basically just disappear in my ears once I get them in there. And it's a very easy fit as well. So overall, I think in terms of comfort, very high marks for these Audeo earphones. So the model I have here, as I stated before, is the PF012, which is the perfect base model, which is actually the cheapest model in their entire lineup. Their original retail price, I think, was $119.99. I got these for cheaper. I got these actually brand new / used. It's brand new in the box, but it has a previous owner. So I got these for about $50 approximately, so substantially cheaper. You can still get this earphone on earphonesolution.com for about $99. And I think even for that price, just a little bit of a spoiler alert, I think it's a really good price for this earphone and what you're getting overall. So as I stated before, this is the base model, as in there's more higher end models and upgrades you can get for this earphone. However, that said, all the PF models in Audeo's lineup, or at least that I'm aware of, all have the exact same driver within the earpieces, which is a single balanced armature, as in one balanced armature within each earpiece. The only difference between the base model, the perfect base model here, base model, anyways, is the fact that the higher end models have more accessories, as in they have more ear tips, and they have an ear guide, more ear guides, and a bunch of other accessories as well. But personally, I didn't really care much for the accessories, so I just kind of opt for the base model and kind of save myself the cash as well. The base model only comes with 3 sets of silicone ear tips, so really kind of the bare bones in terms of what you're getting from these Audeo earphones. The biggest difference between the base model and the higher end models is the filters, which, if the camera can focus, this has a filter system where you can easily swap these filters out. And the lower end model here that I have is only the green filter, which is again the perfect base. The higher end models have the black and gray filters, and I actually purchase you can purchase these filters separately, and these filters do substantially change the sound quite a bit. The camera can focus. So I have the black models here. I'll use a pencil kind of to the black filters here, and the gray filters. And these filters you can get separately for about $20, and you do need a filter changing tool to kind of swap out the filters. And I'll show you guys that in the full review. So definitely stay tuned for the full review, and I'll put the link in the annotation above my finger here once that's ready. So these Audeo earphones, so I'm going to evaluate this based on just the perfect base model. So the perfect base model, I've listened to these for about a couple days, actually, not too much of a listening time, but the perfect base model here, judging by the name, you would think that there is like a ton of bass, and this is just going to be like a bass cannon, but that's not the case here. I think that's a little bit of a misnomer, and I kind of wish that Phonak would have changed this kind of name for them. It is a little bit bassier than neutral, but it's still, I would say, in terms of a quantity of the bass with the green filters, I would say it's slightly just a little bit more than the VSonic GR07 bass editions, which I think is another earphone with kind of like a name that's a little bit of a misnomer. So you're not getting a ton of bass with this earphone. It's still a very well balanced earphone overall. The bass here is a little bit more emphasized in the mid bass, just ever so slightly. So in terms of the impact, it's a little bit softer. But in terms of the speed of the bass, it's actually quite fast. So I think it rivals that of my GR07s, and I'm quite impressed with in terms of the bass overall. Going into the mid range here is quite clear. Male and female vocals are fairly articulate overall, and I think that a little bit of a spoiler, once you switch the stock filters, the green filters, to the black or gray filters, you're getting a brighter kind of sound. The gray filters, you're getting a smoother kind of sound. It's a little less bassy. It's a little bit more, even better balance. The gray filters, you're getting a brighter, a lot more kind of articulate sound signature, a little bit more treble, and more audiophile friendly, I guess you could say. But as I said before, you're gonna have to wait for the full review to see what I think about the other different filters. So going into the treble here, I think the treble here is a little bit veiled in comparison to the other filters, but the treble here is quite smooth overall, and I think that this is really good for like the average consumer that is kind of would like to have a little bit more of a smoother kind of sound signature. So overall, I am impressed with these Audeo earphones. A little bit of a spoiler alert, I do prefer, I do recommend that you do get the other filters that you can purchase separately, and I'll put the links in the description below on where you can get that. And because I do think that the black and gray filters definitely make these earphones better sounding overall. So that's my first impressions video on these Audeo earphones from Phonak. Stay tuned for the full review if you and I'll put it in the link in the annotation above my finger here for when that's ready. So until then, definitely like and subscribe to this video and channel if it helped you out. Leave a comment below if you have any questions about these Audeo earphones. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.